Hello dear chess lovers and chess experts. We return with a summary of the 12th round from the Super Tournament in Linares. See what happens? During the whole tournament, one of the leaders of the chess world, Magnus Carlsen, couldn't do anything. Yes, of course, there was the first career win over Anand, but there was also the almost routine defeat from the Chinese Grandmaster Wang Yu. And so, in the 12th round, Magnus, who was at 50%, met with the leader, Carlsen-Grischuk, and the leader couldn't do anything. So, yes, Alexander still holds the top spot with 7 out of 12 points. But now he's chased very closely by the irreplaceable Anand-Ivanchuk, and yes, you guessed it, Magnus Carlsen with 6.5 points each. So let's talk a little bit more about each of the games during the 12th round. Let's start with the game of the round. In the game Carlsen-Grischuk, we saw the Schengen variation of the Sicilian defense. White used an interesting novelty. In this position, Carlsen played f takes e5. That change of structure hasn't been seen on the Grandmaster level before. Even though black got a normal position in the opening, the tragedy happened a little later. The position changed after the trade on d5 and opening up of the center here, knight d5, and so on. But after black's mistake right here, queen e6, the better move would have been queen e5 with a draw. It was impossible to save the game. Magnus sacrificed the exchange on move 28, which we will see in just a moment. Right here, rook takes f6. G takes f6, and then again he sacrificed the bishop on move 33. Bishop a6, and bishop takes b7, and the army of white pawns became uncontrollable. Here black resigned. Well, the only win in the round looks pretty nice. The game Anand-Ivanchuk ended up being interesting, even though it ended in peace. In the beginning of the game, due to interesting sly ideas in the opening, we saw the pan-off variation of the Caro-Kann defense. The Armenian chess player had a small advantage, but the Chinese Grandmaster defended well, and everything ended in a pretty manner. In this position followed bishop d7 and the following variation. And after f takes g6 here, the opponents agreed to draw because of the perpetual check that would have looked like this. Queen d1 check, king g2, queen g4 check, king f1, queen d1 check. A good game, equal battle, a logical ending. A very technical way of equating was demonstrated in the Berlin endgame by Ivanchuk in the game Anand-Ivanchuk. Up until move 24, white tried to prepare the breakthrough g5. When white finally did push h4 in this position, giving black problems as it seems, black, using the weakening of the light squares, pushed a bold counterattack with the sacrifice of the pawn, h5. And this is what we saw next. And here the opponents agreed to a draw. The last game to end today was Radjabov-Dominguez. The Azerbaijani Grandmaster really surprised in the opening, but in the end didn't get anything and had to fight for equality. Dominguez, instead of going straight into battle, got scared of something and didn't make the best moves. Here Dominguez played queen d8. Stronger was the simple bishop takes g5. After that, white took over the initiative, pressing the opponent and not letting him go until the rook ending. Though white having an extra pawn didn't help him reaching the goal. As is known, he doesn't win. The ending result, a draw, looked logical and natural. The game ended like this. Rook g3 check, king takes h4, rook h3 check, king g4, rook takes h5, king takes h5, f3, e takes f3 check, king takes f3, and only the kings are left on the board. So those were the results of round 12. The scoreboard is as follows. Grischuk has 7 points. Ivanchuk and Carlsen have 6.5 points each. Aryan and Anand have 6 points each. Rajabov and Manyu have 5.5 points apiece, and Dominguez has 5 points. The materials were presented by Crossbook.com. Thank you very much for your attention, and we'll see you again very soon.